Weather.
All right, got a good thunderstorm coming into town as we speak. Look at that mean looking cloud here. Yeah, we have a significant weather advisory from the National Weather Service until 7 o'clock, and we could see some hail, some gusty winds, and we're also getting some frequent lightning out of this line of thunderstorms coming in from the desert heading through the central part of the Snake River Plain. We've also had some passing storm clouds getting over Marsh Valley, a few showers early around the 5:30 hour around Pocatello, but the main concern is this cell, which is currently now making its way through just outside of Blackfoot, all the way up through Firth and Shelley, now just starting to get in Idaho Falls, Osgood up into Roberts, and this line of thunderstorms moving to the east, heading east and a little bit to the northeast as well. So it's eventually going to work into places like Rigby and Rexburg as well, and then further back towards Heisey and Ryrie as this line of thunderstorms slowly makes its way in. It's about moving about 20 miles an hour coming in here from the west across the Snake River Plain. And check out the lightning here in the past 30 minutes. We've had 21 lightning strikes. A couple of positive strikes. Now, when you see positive strikes, that means that that's originating from the top of the thundercloud, and it is a pretty strong thunderstorm. That means it's a strong, mature thunderstorm. So typically you get negative lightning strikes with your run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but when you start seeing positive lightning strikes, that originates from the top of that towering cumulonimbus cloud, and that indicates a very strong, mature thunderstorm. So positive lightning strikes, something we watch out for in the weather world to see how strong these thunderstorms actually are. We then take a look at the band of thunderstorms also making their way pretty much right over the sand dunes there, just to the northwest of St. Anthony, moving into Ashton, and again, a pretty good chunk of wet weather in also heading towards Island Park there in Fremont County. So not much happening in Rexburg, but these thunderstorms are heading in that direction as well, and then eventually over into Teton Valley. Area of low pressure to our east. This guy was over Idaho yesterday. Now it's over eastern Montana. We still got the counterclockwise rotation with the showers there. Second low, it's little brother here. It's going to start riding along the Canadian border. It's not really heading towards Idaho or our direction in Idaho. It's going to be just kind of wobbling here along the Canadian-U.S. border, and that's going to carry the showers in that direction to northern Idaho and Montana here for tomorrow, with associated showers in that direction, even some snow in around southern Canada, northern Idaho. But we do expect to see a few thunderstorms in the neighborhood, and with little brother low passing by, we do pick up on some gusty winds for tomorrow afternoon. Let's go to VIPIR-CAST tonight around 7 o'clock. Those thunderstorms, like I just showed you, still with us in the upper valley, pushing off to the east, and then a lot of the clouds will be clearing as we get into the late night hours tonight, and across southern and southeastern Idaho, even central Idaho, starting to see the stars again. As we get into tomorrow morning, there's a little bit of some wet weather trying to get back into Salmon and Chalice, but not much. And then we'll have some isolated thunderstorms tomorrow, mostly into the mountains, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a stray thunderstorm there in the Snake River Plain. It's going to be warm and sunny for Thursday, but the biggest nuisance here for tomorrow, it's going to be quite windy tomorrow afternoon, again with little brother low moving through the Canadian border. And here come the winds around 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts around 35 miles an hour, and that's going to happen tomorrow afternoon. So if you have yard work, well, it's going to be pretty soggy to do yard work still tomorrow morning, but at least it's going to be drier tomorrow. But the winds will be lighter Wednesday morning, but the winds are going to fire right back up Wednesday afternoon. 75 for Preston, 77 for Malad City. We got 70 in Soda Springs tomorrow, with highs into the lower 60s for Jackson and Island Park. 72 in Rexburg, 70 in DuBois, with highs in central Idaho at 74 for Chalice, 67 in Mackay, 65 in Ketchum, with Idaho Falls seeing a high here of 73 tomorrow, and 76 in Pocatello, 75 in Burley, and 72 at INL. Here's your 8-day outlook, and again, nasty weather tonight in Idaho Falls. We'll have just a few thunderstorms in the mix tomorrow, with highs getting back into the 70s. We're hitting the upper 70s for Thursday as we start to work in some warmer high pressure, and that's going to take us into the 80s as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with highs very close to 90 degrees for Independence Day. And at this point, it's going to be hot and sunny for your Saturday and Sunday. Pocatello, I got you at 79 for Thursday. A few thunderstorms in the mix on Friday, with hot, sunny weather for Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the upper 80s, low 90s this weekend, and overnight lows this weekend into the mild 50s. We'll also hold on to the the 80s as we get into the middle and a good chunk of next week there, with just a very dry forecast ahead. Blackfoot 78 for Thursday, 87 on Friday, the upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday, with overnight lows scaling back into the 50s. Rexburg, we got some storm clouds tonight, highs in the lower 70s for tomorrow, with a slight chance of an afternoon thunderstorm here for Wednesday, back into the 80s for Friday, mid 80s for Saturday and Sunday, under partly sunny skies. Salmon, I got you at 78 for Thursday. Day, bringing in just a slight chance of a thunderstorm for Independence Day, and that's pretty typical this time of year. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a couple isolated thunderstorms both Friday and Saturday in our local mountains, and maybe even on Sunday around Jackson and Island Park. So for this weekend, if you're going to be traveling into the higher elevations, just watch out for a minor threat for thunderstorms this weekend. Highs into the upper 70s, low 80s this weekend in Jackson, Island Park, and Driggs. But some active weather right now happening in Idaho Falls. And,
yeah, headed this way, huh?
Yep.
We'll be hearing it on
You
the
guys
roof.
better hurry home for dinner.